It's been asked by several people, one particular person most succinctly, just for you to kind of review where the recruiting class stands, give a recruiting update, give us a what could be next.
That is a great question. Chance Williams committed to Miami last weekend. Defensive end from Oak Leaf High School. That is the same school as Jalen Rivers, his good friend. The same school that Shaq Quarterman and Darian Owens before him, linebackers both, attended. So Miami has 22. Yes, Cream Slater, I agree. We cannot be mad about the ACC votes saying that we have more talent. We have to prove it. You're right. Anyways, so Chance Williams is commitment number 22 to the recruiting class for 2020. Miami is hosting an invite-only event on Saturday, I want to say. I don't think they would do the same day as the open practice on Friday. But either way, Friday or Saturday, they're having a recruiting event, like with hand-selected guys who are coming down. That would be guys like Marcus Clark from Orlando Orange Park or Winter Park, excuse me, high school, who's a cornerback running in the 4.5s, very athletic guy at 5'11", who's apparently risen up the cornerback recruiting chart. You know, you have the same guys who you've been recruiting, chasing after Isaiah Walker Jr. from Miami Norland, who, according to the Florida State 247 site, says that he's going to visit a school this weekend, but has not indicated what school, and we will know what school he's going to visit when he shows up on campus somewhere. So we will see about that. It could be Florida State. It could be, I hope it's Miami. I hope that he did an interview with Florida State's, recruiting writers and then pops up in Coral Gables again in the indoor practice facility. That would be wonderful. I like that question. Give me a second. So there are things to be done on the recruiting side. Obviously, you need a running back. Obviously, you need another wide receiver with talent. You need a couple offensive linemen, things like that. So that's kind of the general reset. I am working on this month's class breakdown, which is going to post next week, whilst I have another summer trip. Hint, 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 hint. So don't look for my face on next week, Wednesday. But hopefully this is the last time I won't be around, but there should be something coming on that. So I will give you plenty of narrative that way coming up. Now, the question from the Punisher was, to me, was Paradise Camp a success or failure? Do you have any early QB predictions? And what is our strongest area on offense and defense? So that's 3 questions. One, I believe the Paradise Camp is always a success. Miami always gets great talent down to Coral Gables for this event. And not only talent for the current recruiting class, but the subsequent years recruiting classes as well. Even if you look at guys who ended up going elsewhere, like a Jerry Jeudy, he was at 2 years of Paradise Camp. You get Darnell Washington in from Las Vegas, the number 1 tight end in America. He's in the current class, but you get what I'm saying. There's, 20, 21, 22 kids who were there who really showed out as well. So, it was a success. And, you got a couple commitments out of that. You got Chris Washington, the offensive lineman from Nashville, 6'7", 270, a couple other guys. And I didn't really prepare this list. So forgive me if I forget a couple names. But yeah, you got 3 or 4 commitments that weekend. For the classes of 2020 and 21. Got a bunch of kids on campus. You saw the new practice facility. You had one-on-one competition and things like that. And you had the guys in the class who were recruiting for Miami. Don Chaney, Tyler Van Dyke. All those guys were recruiting other kids to come to Miami. So I think it was a success. I always do, honestly, as long as things continue on the Paradise Camp front, as well as they have been, it will be a success.